What an ignoramus you are, replied Sutumo. A tea bowl that anyone asks 100 pieces of gold for can only be a family heirloom. And a thing like that is only sold when the family is pressed for money. And in that case, they will be hoping to find someone who will give them even 150 pieces for it. So what sort of fellow is it who does not consider their feelings? Quite apart from that, a curo that you give 100 gold pieces for is something worth having, but one that has only 95 gives a meaning of but one that has only cost 95 gives a mean impression. So never let me see the tea bowl again. And he had the bowl locked away and never took it out. When you insist on paying less, you may save yourself 5 gold bars, but the insult you cause and the cheap impression you create will cost you in reputation, which is the thing the powerful prize above all. Learn to pay the full price. It will save you a lot in the end. Sometime near the beginning of the 17th century in Japan, a group of generals, while away the time, began a battle by staging incense-smelling competition. Each participant ended up a prize for the contestants, winners, bows, arrows, saddles, and other items a warrior would covet. The great Lord Date, Masume, happened to pass by and was induced to participate. For a prize, he offered the gourd that hung from his belt. Everyone laughed, for no one wanted to win this cheap item. A retainer of the host finally accepted the gourd. When the party broke up, however, the generals were chatting outside the tent, and Masuma brought over his magnificent horse and gave it to the retainer. There, he said, a horse has come out of the gourd. The stunned generals suddenly regretted their scorn at Masuma's gifts. Masuma understood the following: money gives its possessors the ability to give pleasure to others. The more you can do this, the more you attract admiration. When you make a horse come out of a gourd, you give the ultimate demonstration of your power. The river, to protect yourself or to save the resource, you dam it up. Soon, however, the waters become dank and pestilent. Only the foulest form of life can live in such stagnant waters. Nothing travels on them. All commerce destroys. Destroy the dam. When water flows and circulates, it generates abundance, wealth, and power in ever large circles. The river must flood periodically for things to flourish. The great man who is a miser is a great fool, and a man in high places can have no vice so harmful as avarice. A miserly man can conquer neither lands nor lordship, for he does not have a plentiful supply of friends with whom he may work his will. Whoever wants to have friends must not love his possession, but must acquire friends by means of fair gifts. For in the same way, the lodestone subtly draws iron to itself. So the gold and silver that a man gives attracts the heart of man. The powerful never forgive what is offered for free is inevitably a trick. Friends who offer favors without asking for payment will later want something far dearer than the money you would have paid them. The bargain has hidden problems, both material and psychological. Learn to pay, then pay well. On the other hand, This law offers great opportunities for swindling and deception. If you apply it from the other side, dangling the lure of a free lunch is a con artist's stock in trade. No man was better at this than the most successful con artist of our age, George Will, aka the Yellow Kid. The Yellow Kid learned early that what made his swindles possible was his fellow humans' greed. This desire to get something for nothing, he once wrote, has been very closely to many people who have dealt with me and with other con men. When people learn, as I doubt they will, that they can't get something for nothing, crime will diminish and we shall all live in great harmony. Over the years, Will devised many ways to seduce people with the prospect of easy money. He would hand out free real estate. Who could resist such an offer? Then the suckers would learn that they had to pay $25 to register the sale. Since the land was free, it seems worth the high fee. And the Yellow Kid would make thousands of dollars on a phony registration. In exchange, he would give his suckers a phony deed. Other times, he would tell suckers about a fixed horse race or a stock that would have earned 200% in a few weeks. As he spun his stories, he would watch the sucker's eye open at the thought of a free lunch. The lesson is simple. Bait your deceptions with possibilities of easy money. People are essentially lazy and want wealth to fall in their laps rather than to work for it. For a small sum, sell them advice on how to make millions. P.T. Barnum did this later in life, and that small sum will become a fortune when multiplied by thousands of suckers. Lure people in with prospect of easy money, and you have the room to work still more deceptions on them, since greed is powerful enough to blind your victims to anything. As the Yellow Kid said, half the fun is teaching a moral lesson. Greed does not pay.